Alright, it's time for part 3 of my American vlog, where I kind of talk about and respond to this 25 things Americans do regularly that would shock non-Americans by Knowable. They just got a bunch of stuff from Reddit, put it on their article or their website, and then called it an article. And then I've been reading through them and giving my own perspective as an American, or response, or whatever. Anyways, the last 2 videos went a little bit long, so I kind of cut them short, and this is part 3. Alright, number 13, tossing an object to someone rather than handing it over, e.g. a beer, car keys. I tried that in Europe and it did not go over well. I didn't think that was like just an American thing, you just toss something. I wouldn't think, a beer if it's in a bottle, but if it's in a can then it's fine, I suppose. And the car keys, I don't know, it's just, a thing, you just toss it if you're kind of far away, or not even that far, you just do a little toss, I don't know. I guess that's just an American thing then. I have no response for that one. Number 14. Wait for the water to heat up before getting into the shower. How's that just an American thing? You just jump in when it's ice cold or something? No, I just wait for it to get a little warm and then you jump in. That can't just be an American thing, right? I don't know. Anyways, number 15. Wear their shoes inside. No, it's dirty. Yeah, I guess. Some people really don't like when you wear shoes inside, so they say take your shoes off in front of the house. It's not super rare, but it's not super common. Of course, when you live there, you usually take your shoes off at the door, but when you don't live there, like if you're visiting somebody, you don't take your shoes off because they think like you have smelly feet. They don't want to smell your feet, and so they're like, nah, leave your shoes on, man. And I guess they just feel like it's too personal or something. I don't know. But yeah, people usually wear shoes inside. Number 16. Refer to something as only 300 miles away. I think that depends on the person. People don't say only when it's like a huge amount. So it probably depends on the person. Number 17. As a Brit, garbage disposals in the sink. That shit scares the life out of me. Yeah, and I actually know some people who do plumbing, and they're like, people think just because you have a garbage disposal means you can put anything down the sink, but that's not true because it's still pipes, and the pipes can get clogged. Of course, garbage disposal helps out a little bit, but you really shouldn't just put anything down the sink. But of course, some people think, oh, well, it's garbage disposal, it'll just chew everything up. Let's just throw anything down the sink. But yeah. And I didn't think garbage disposals were just an American thing, but hey, learn something new every day, right? Number 18. It's been said before, but the Pledge of Allegiance is the most Nazi-like thing we in Europe have seen in 70 years. I actually made an entire video on the Pledge of Allegiance and like what the hell is up with that. And yeah, they just tell you to do it in school since you're a kid. You don't even understand what the hell it is. And it is kind of weird and sounds like brainwashing. But even if it's not the Pledge of Allegiance, like if it's the national anthem, people still are like, no, you got to stand up and put your hand over your heart and everything. And I feel that's the same way with every country and their national anthem. And of course, Pledge of Allegiance isn't too far from the national anthem, in my opinion. We're going through these fast, so let's just move on to the last and final page. Number 19, eating their fast food in the car in the parking lot of the fast food restaurant. I don't really know many people who do that. If you're allowed to sit in the restaurant, they would just sit in the restaurant. But if they have a restaurant area to sit, and then you get your fast food in the drive-thru, and then you still sit in the parking lot, I don't really know very many people that do that, unless the inside's full. And of course, there are some restaurants that don't have a seating area, and then they serve the food to the vehicle. That's not that common these days, but you might find some places like that. And then you eat in your car, or you might get fast food in a drive-thru and then go somewhere else and then eat there in the car. I guess that's possible, but I don't really know many people who get fast food in the drive-thru and eat it in the fast food parking lot, unless again the restaurant's full. Number 20, saying hi to strangers. Speaking to strangers in eateries, bars, on the bus, grocery store. They already went over that. Saying hi to strangers or talking to strangers. Sometimes people are just friendly. And then in bars, if you're drinking, you just open up and you just start talking, and that's how you make new friends. I mean, how else are you supposed to make new friends once you get older? You know? And then if you're trying to get a date, you gotta kind of talk to them. You know what I'm saying? But whatever, I don't know. I don't think that's just an American thing. You're just making shit up now. Alright, number 21. One thing I can never figure out is why Americans still use the imperial system. Maybe not so shocking since they're infamous for it, but still, after all this time, I actually also made a video about this and how they just keep teaching the imperial system in school, and the only class that say no, you have to use metric is science class. Science class is really, really trying hard to push metric, but everywhere else it's still the imperial system. And all the road signs all across the United States is still the imperial system. So they just need to kind of make that like a mandatory push. Like some president, they've done some bullshit school laws in the past. They should do some bullshit school law this way, saying, all right, no more imperial system, we're going metric. And somebody has to push it forward, but nobody really cares enough to do it. Number 22. This isn't that interesting, but oftentimes when I am abroad, I speak at what I think is a normal volume, and people are like, why are you yelling? Are you drunk? Depends on person, because I've talked to people and they're like, dude, I can't hear you, you're talking too low. And I feel when I do raise my voice, people think I'm angry because that's just how my voice sounds. And then people like my sister and my mother, they just speak at a crazy volume. And so it depends on the person. And then I also have pretty good hearing, so I can hear people who aren't speaking that loud. And then people who are normally speaking loudly, they probably don't have great hearing because they're always yelling. I don't know. Again, I just think it's the person. Number 23. Sending children away to a camp for weeks at a time over summer. I think this is just like a rich person thing, or maybe it was just in the olden days, because I never went to camp. I never knew anybody who went to camp, and it just seems to be something on TV. Or maybe, I don't know, I'm thinking it's either a rich person thing or it's just something people did decades ago, but I don't know anything about that stuff. So number 24, drive 1 kilometer to buy snacks. Again, we don't use kilometers, shut up. To be fair, American cities generally lack adequate pedestrian paths. Yeah, like the main road from my house to the nearest store, there's no bike lanes. So I just kind of gotta ride in between parked cars and driving cars. But there are some streets that have bike lanes and everything like that. And of course, there are sidewalks where people can walk. You're not supposed to ride your bike on the sidewalks, of course. But 1 kilometer, isn't that like a little bit shorter than a mile? But why is that such a big deal? Driving, like, let's just say driving a mile to buy some snacks? Like, maybe there's just a ton of houses all lined up, and then you want to just get some snacks or something, Just get some snacks. Is that a big deal? Like, buying snacks? Just drive, because again, everybody drives to go somewhere, and then if you just want to just buy some snacks real quick and then go back home, I don't understand how that's crazy. But whatever, maybe I'm just American. So anyways, then 25, calling America the best goddamn country in the world. Again, I kind of talked about this in another vlog about patriotism. I think that's just something that's instilled in all countries and all citizens, and they always think their country's the best because they don't really hear about all the crazy shit that's going on until they get older, and then still they're like, nah, this country's pretty great or something. And a lot of people in America think, America is so free and we have the freedom to do all these different things in all these other countries, because we hear of some horrible countries around the world that like will kill people for doing certain things or going against religion because there's a religion in the state. Although some people in the U.S. want there to be a religion and state combination, but no. But yeah, so I can go on and on about that. But that's it. Want to pack in that last part for this last video. Video probably went on a little bit too long, but whatever. Finish the article. I'll leave a link in the description for that article in case you guys want to check it out. And you can always leave a comment telling me what you think about this American related stuff. And you can thumbs up this video if you liked it or appreciated it. And you can subscribe to my channel for more American related stuff, you know, vlogs, and I'll try to answer any questions if you guys have any questions about American related stuff. And if I feel like doing other random stuff, I might post random stuff that's not really American related. But whatever. That's all I got to say for this 25 things Americans do regularly that would shock non-Americans. And you can always click that little, you know, card thingy on the corner to see my other videos that were talking about this article. But yeah, that's it. See you guys later.